Hey Svetlana, good to hear from you again. I hope that you are okay wherever you are in the world, you and your family managing to stay well and keep your sanity in this crazy, crazy world we suddenly live in. Thank you for sending in your corrections. They look fantastic. Really, really good work on the corrections. So I've had a look through this essay, which is looking really nice. There's a few little grammar things I need to show you, okay? So the main things I think we're going to be talking about here is grammar, but also again the synonyms, so avoiding the repetition. So even just this, business, 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 yeah, business, yeah. Like every single time you need to try and find a different word. Family, family. It's really difficult to do this, but this is what the skill, isn't it, in this exam? So these days, some business workers, not some of, just some business workers, so, so some business workers choose to bring their families on a business trip to the aimed destination. Okay, so I wouldn't repeat business trip. So some business workers choose to bring their families. So rather, yeah, the families is okay. Bring their families. Maybe let's get even better. Choose to be accompanied by their families when sent abroad or sent overseas to work or overseas for a visit. Okay, that paraphrases quite nicely there. So this bit, be accompanied by. So to be accompanied by, we've got a passive infinitive. So you'd be getting lots more points by that. So they choose to be accompanied by their families when sent overseas for a visit. So that instantly you've sort of upgraded the grammar quite a lot on that, and we've avoided so much repetition. Okay, so that would go. I strongly believe this is a positive development. Now, why? Give me an idea why. So here, this little bit here with your opinion. Just give me not. I don't want you to tell me the whole essay, but a little bit because, yeah, signal, show the examiner where you're going, and then this essay will discuss both sides using examples. Yep, that's good. Well done using local examples. That's a nice idea. So just use this introduction to give me a little bit more. Now, on the one hand, there's ample evidence that supports the idea of business trips accompanied with family members are bringing positive development because of. So here you've got because of, but this is just a little bit repetitive. So this is kind of what you said already. So you could have the idea that um, keeping the family together on such I'm going to use trips because I'm going to try and think of some other words in a minute. Could be positive. I like could be positive. Could be a positive development. So I'm using could because it's a modal verb. So we're suggesting, we don't know for a fact, but could. You're saying are bringing. I mean, we don't know that. So this is why we have to use the modal verbs. Could be could be, and then I'm going to come into here, a positive development. Okay, and because of the possibility, now you need an article there, the possibility to travel and explore new places. Yeah, you need an article there as well. The constant presence of parents for children, absolutely. Of let's put some adjectives in here. Explore new. So new is not very high level. New, exciting, and interesting. They're not very high level, but it's still more words. Places, constant, reassuring presence of parents for children of all ages, and their development of progressive local. Yes, yes, nice, and the opportunity to increase their, which is the children, their understanding. I wouldn't use develop again. Okay, so what I'm doing is adding in a lot of words here, which it develops the essay. It shows the adjective, it shows vocab, it also develops the essay, which is really important. So increase their understanding of a progressive, or increase their understanding of a progressive look on a modern life. Okay, so I wouldn't repeat development. For example, now it's not a research, it's a study or just recent research. Okay, by the Russian Federation demonstrates that children of business-oriented parents learn multiple languages, become career-oriented figures, and maintain prolonged good relationships with their parents. Okay, when they constantly stay, so adverb before the verb together, whether on a business trip or other, whether on a business or commercial trip. Okay, don't do other types, but that's a really good example. Absolutely, really super good, that one. And I love how you've got the 1, 2, 3 really good vocab there, and nice collocations, prolonged relationships, maintain relationships, constantly stay together, using whether. So this is all really, really nice. Good work here. Therefore, that's okay. Sorry, that's good. If families continue accompanying their families. So if spouses, which is the wife or the husband, and youngsters, I think it's probably less likely with older children. Youngsters are able to accompany, that being infinitive then, or unable to accompany their father or mother. I think you have to say mother as well. Mother, when dealing abroad. When dealing maybe or on conferences abroad or in other countries, then they would be able to. So great work on adding a conditional again. So this is nice grammar on this one. Well done. Okay. So if they are able, then they will. So good first conditional. That's lovely. Well done. Good connection, becoming figures with becoming adults or young adults with advanced manners and the possibility to enrich. Yes, with advanced manners. I wouldn't say advanced manners necessarily. With more, maybe why don't we just go simply more world knowledge and understanding. I don't think you need to. You see, I think these are just too many words, a bit too repetitive. You sort of just keep the words tight, keep the paragraph really precise. Okay, but good paragraph because this is super long as well. I think this is quite long. What have you done here? What have we got? Yeah, whoa. No wonder it's. Yeah. Okay. You need to edit, please, before you send them to me, okay? 468. 250 is your word count. 250 minimum. Yeah. 380 max. Max. So this is a repetition. You need to edit this. So this is really important. Yeah. So on the one, because you will just, if you're making mistakes, you won't have time to write that long either. On the other hand, although multiple benefits of business trips to family, yeah. So again, although some trips although there is, although there are multiple benefits, yeah, and then cut out this business trips as families the whole time. There could be again negative consequences. There could also be negative consequences. So you could cut out a lot of these words. This is due to the fact that you don't need to just do literally. This is due to the fact that schooling may be interrupted. Yeah, schooling may be interrupted. Business deals may, yes, this is a good point. Business deals may be distracted, or business deals and meetings may be distracted because of the presence of children. or even dangerous due to outside circumstances. Yes, so that's good. For example, according to, again, recent research, I would just go Russian family members. You don't need that. Russian family members who, put a relative clause in here, who travelled to China in January, currently facing difficulties because of the coronavirus. Yeah. Currently facing difficulties and confined to China, confined there because of the coronavirus. Yeah, so you don't need that. That's too much information. Keep it really, that's sort of not very academic. So with this, keep this idea in mind of it being a really academic essay. Therefore, business workers allow their wives and children to accompany them, or if families choose to stay together, it could become extremely dangerous. Yeah. Okay, nice work on the conditional. Yes. Or with this example here, you could put in a third conditional. Had they not travelled together, they would not have been infected. Yeah, so that would be a really amazing grammar. Had they not travelled together, they would not have been infected. That is the third conditional. We don't use it very often, but the examiner loves it. From the examples and arguments given, I firmly agree that it's usually a positive. Yeah, I wouldn't say always. Usually a positive development. Or there are usually positive developments of, you'd have to have plural, such work-related journeys. And then cut that out, except in emergency circumstances, such as an epidemic or war-related situations. That's predicted businesses will, yes. The question isn't whether business trips will go in importance, so don't be careful on that. Don't get pulled into that trap. It's predicted that the number of families who travel together will increase. Yeah. So it's not to do with the business trips, it's to do with the increase. It's to do with the family. Okay. So nice essay, Dad. I think if that was shorter, I think it would be better. I think it's just become too repetitive. So I hope that helps you just think about what to get rid of. Okay, the crazy line graph. I like this one. Okay, the line graph demonstrates the amount of rainfall accumulated in England. Yeah, lovely. The highest peaks of now, not perception. Perception is what you believe about something or you think about something. Precipitation. So the highest peaks. I don't think you could have said stayed similar. I think it was just sort of selection were similar in both Scotland and Wales, approximately 140, whilst Wales was in the second spike of the significant quantity. Whilst Wales had a second spike, maybe? Had a second spike. Sorry. Okay, so just keep going here. Wales, another spike in July. Yes, good, nice. I like the word spike. I think that's really good. I like that. Wales had a second spike. I would just say in a second spike at 130 in July. So I'm just going to check the length of this as well, actually, because again, yeah, much too long. It's really, really important, these guidelines. Not less than 150, 170. You've got 20 minutes. Yeah. So next time, really, really make sure you are just tight on this. In contrast, Scotland and Wales displayed the not yet, just displayed. Maybe not in. Yeah, all right. The lowest amount of rain at only 15 in February and April. However, the figure for England remains steadier. It's not steady, but steadier compared to those. That's good. At the beginning, so I don't want you to talk about the lines. Just talk to me about the numbers. Here, you've got to be careful because you won't get marks. So this paragraph, if you like, where you're just giving me a list of what happens, you don't get marks for that. What you do get marks for is the comparing and contrasting. So this is good. Yeah, fluctuated dramatically. It's just one and demonstrated different changes. Yeah. Yeah, you see that's good. And then this is good because you're picking out information. This is not so good because you're just telling me one by one. So what I want you to do is forget, don't give me one line, then the other line, then the other line. Tell me, gosh, this was not much and this was very high. So from August till October, Wales had its lowest amount of rainfall, well, almost. Whereas, so contrasting word, Scotland and England both had their among their highest amounts. So here you've got that nice that those two were very low there. That was its highest here. I mean, there's no real pattern, so you just have to pick out the interesting information. Take a pencil, think, okay, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about this. That's it. And maybe that. That's all. Okay. Don't give me one country, then the other. Okay. But well done. You've done well on this. You're making good progress. Keep on going. Fantastic.